Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I think the relationship between Albus Dumbledore and Severus Snape can't be questioned in terms of their commitment to stopping Voldemort. Dumbledore willingly sacrificing himself in order to help Snape secure the Dark Lord's trust, and Snape, well, he killed his friend despite the many concerns he had about his soul in doing so. The two needed to have absolute trust in each other, and it appeared that they did, except despite his wish to take the position every time it became available, Dumbledore continuously denied Snape the opportunity to teach defense against the dark arts, even though the latter was an excellent candidate. The question is, why? So let's talk about this. Severus Snape was denied the position of defense against the dark arts teacher every single time he applied for the post, yet was considered one of Dumbledore's most trusted allies, most powerful wizards. So what's going on here? Let's just take a brief look at the two wizards' relationship. Severus Snape was once a Death Eater who then turned spy for Dumbledore after realising just how far the Dark Lord was willing to go in order to achieve his goal, like kill a newborn baby and the baby's family too. From the night he switched sides, his allegiance was always to one man, Albus Dumbledore. No longer had Snape's mind been clouded with so much doubt thanks to Voldemort's teachings. He took a new path and joined the Hogwarts teaching staff as Potions Master, potions itself being quite a difficult subject to teach. With the post of defense against the dark arts having a curse placed upon it, the teacher changed every year, some sort of mishap or misfortune that would see them have to leave their teaching role. Not every single teacher ended up dead, which is what I think many people actually still believe. Anyway, when the post became available, Snape applied for it, and even though Dumbledore did give it consideration every time, he denied him. It's not actually known how many times Snape applied, but it was definitely more than once. When I first thought of why he kept getting turned down for the post, I couldn't really figure it out. This man agreed to kill a person he admired in order to stop Voldemort. It really actually shows the trust Snape had in Dumbledore, but did he have the same trust in return when it came to his character and past actions? Well, I've given it a good amount of thought and consideration, and I've come up with several reasons as to why he didn't give Snape the job, so let's take a look at them now. Guys, before we start, I'd like to talk about today's sponsor, Surfshark. Surfshark offer you an incredibly powerful VPN to protect your internet privacy. In today's computer age, hackers are constantly trying to gain access to your bank account details, your social media passwords, and access to your personal information, amongst many other things. This can all be prevented when browsing under Surfshark's protection. Not only does it protect your privacy, it also offers you a lot more. Different countries have different viewing restrictions on what content can be viewed. Therefore, by logging into a VPN based in another country, you can gain access to that content that may be blocked in the country that you live in. For those of you who've always wanted to watch the full 8 Harry Potter movies on Netflix, but haven't been able to in your own country, you can simply select Turkey on your Surfshark VPN location and have full access to every single one of them. It's that simple. If you join Surfshark today, you'll get 83% off, 3 extra months for free. You'll also be able to use Surfshark on as many devices as you like. There's no limits. And finally, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Basically, if you're not happy, if you're not satisfied, then your money will be returned. It's a no-brainer, guys. So sign up to Surfshark right now by clicking the link in the description below. Okay, so was Snape qualified for the job? You better believe it. He was more than qualified. He knew more about the dark arts and dark magic than anyone at the school, and most likely within the magical sector of Great Britain, even more so than Dumbledore. That's how qualified he was, and that was also the trouble with it. He was overqualified because he was obsessed with dark arts. He had always been. It drove a wedge between him and Lily originally. He spent all of his time with his head buried in dark arts books, and he couldn't get enough. That's what worried Dumbledore. He knew what it was like to lust after something. In his case, it was power. It almost consumed him, and he did not want the same thing that happened to Snape with dark magic. Don't forget, Albus once knew a boy who was also heavily into dark magic and ended up shifting the boundaries of magic itself. Dumbledore did not want the lure of dark magic to lead Snape down the wrong path. Even though Snape would have assured the headmaster that that would not be the case, the latter still refused him and chose other candidates in his place. Then there was also the question of who to replace Snape as potions teacher if he were to ever get the Defense Against the Dark Arts post. Potions is a difficult subject to study. Many students struggled in Snape's class due to the high standards he expected, and there wasn't many potions teachers ready to take the post immediately either. I think Dumbledore would have considered that too. There's also another reason as to why Snape was unsuccessful, and that's because he was far too valuable to the school and to the Order. Small little issue I mentioned earlier. The Dark Arts position being cursed. Every single teacher who taught Defense Against the Dark Arts at Hogwarts never made it longer than a year. Since Voldemort's rejected application over 2 decades ago, maybe more, something has happened to each of the teachers. Now I know the Dark Lord is evil and malicious, but I highly doubt that he could place a curse that's seen each teacher killed or harmed, but I think it was more of a run of severe bad luck and misfortune on anyone who took the position. Don't get me wrong, that could involve some of them dying, but the curse itself would see them fall upon some hard times. Quirinius Quirrell died, Lockhart lost his memory, Remus Lupin was ousted as a werewolf and had to resign, willingly I might add, but still. Barty Crouch Jr. suffered the Dementor's kiss, Dolores Umbridge got carried off by centaurs for a beatdown, even though she was promoted to headmistress. So you can see, bad stuff happens to people who teach Defense Against the Dark Arts at Hogwarts. Dumbledore did not want to risk anything happening to Snape after him being at the school for so long. It was his own way of protecting him. I honestly think it was more so the protection reason, but it's highly likely that all reasons I've mentioned factored into the headmaster's decision. Even when he relented and gave Snape the teaching role, Snape's killing of Dumbledore was witnessed by several people, and the entire wizarding community despised him and thought he was a traitor until Harry Potter cleared his name a year later. Okay, it was as a result of his arrangement with Dumbledore that sparked so much hate, but he did hold the role of Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, and as we all know, misfortune comes to those who take the role. Anyway guys, with that being said, that's my take on why Dumbledore refused to give Snape the role of Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher for so long. As per usual, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Do you have an additional reason that you want to add? Let me know down below. Thanks again, I'll see you all in the very next video. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your support. Everyone, notifications of uploads are more important than ever, so please, if you haven't already, turn those notifications on to make sure you're notified the moment my video goes live. Making videos is what I love to do, it's my dream and my passion. However, it does cost time and money to produce this content, so if you have $1 to spare to support me on Patreon in exchange for some exclusive unseen content, then you can click the Patreon link below or at the end of this video. Please only support me if you can afford it. And make sure to follow me on Instagram at InstaDNJ and on Twitter at PotterFolklore. Check out my other videos appearing on screen, and please make sure, most importantly, to hit that subscribe button. Thanks again everyone, and please have a great day.